Welcome back. The ARCA RE Series on Speed Vision. The ARCA Series has the honor of opening up the brand new Kansas Speedway this weekend with the BPU 200 ready to go green after our second caution of the day. Ryan Newman will have the restart pole on the outside in the Alltel Ford, the 27. The 67 of Jason Jarrett lines up second. Tim Steele, Frank Kimmel, and Mike Swain, the rest of your top five. The green flag is back in the air. Down into turn one they go. Let's find out more about Jason Jarrett's situation.
Jason looks pretty strong, ran it up to the front, but then he began to back up a little. Anything going on we ought to know about?
Yeah, we got a severe tire blister problem. I mean, tires are really not working here today. This is the most heat we've seen in the racetrack. So, I mean, right now we're just going to be patient, you know, and we blistered one there. We're just going to be patient now the rest of the day. Race with them last 20 laps.
Wow, only 20 laps is your tire window. Frank Kimmel not being very patient at all. He wants to get to the front here again.
I was just going to say, Jason Jarrett's crew chief says we need patience. Somebody better tell Frank Kimmel that, because he's not showing any patience at all.
Well, I think Kimmel's got a lot of confidence after 4 straight wins. You'd certainly have that, and he's wasting no time.
No doubt about it. You know, and he, like you said, confidence. What a team builder that is. You know, they know they can win every race they go to. At least they feel they can. And it shows every time he gets in a race car now.
One team that will not win here today, we heard about Chase Montgomery, the 17-year-old from Nashville, Tennessee earlier. He qualified up in the top 3 rows, started 6th here today in the 6 car. He's in the garage already with problems with that machine. So Chase Montgomery's afternoon too short, unfortunately, but he'll be a driver to watch as time goes by. Meantime, how about watching Frank Kimmel go back to the point right underneath Ryan Newman again. So for the 3rd time today, Kimmel has powered his way to the front, dropping Newman back to 2nd.
Well, you know, I'm watching these two guys, and I think what they're going to do here is, you know, everybody knows that there's a real short window on the life of these tires right now. So as long as they've got good tires and they know they can run hard, I think they're going to do it. So maybe 15, 20 laps, and then you'll see them kind of taper off and back off because they don't want to push the issue.
134 laps the distance here today at Kansas Speedway. That equals 200 miles on this 1.5 mile surface. Brand new racetrack. Take a look at John Metcalf up to 10th in the Remax Chevrolet, the 05 car. Metcalf qualified 8th here this weekend. He backpedaled off the drop of the green, but now they're starting to get that car sorted out, and it's a very quick race car. Metcalf on the high side of the racetrack, just down through the tri-oval here, trying to get close and get up into contention. Philip Kranifus in the 8 car dropping onto pit road there just a moment ago. He was very strong a couple of weeks ago at Kentucky, but today they don't seem to be on the pace at all.
Yeah, he's down pit road. He must be having some problems also.
Check in on Ed Barrier of the Target Saws 19 car. He's running in 7th spot. Coming up to challenge the number 4 of Austin Cameron from El Cajon, California. That's the cement-cutting Creative Touch Chevrolet. Now, Cameron in the Winston West Series, a very strong contender. And he's taken his first stab at ARCA in quite a while.
Yeah, but you got to remember now, you notice they showed Ed Barrier is behind him, but his position was ahead of him. That's because Austin Cameron's a lap down right now.
Cameron qualified well, but has not been able to hang with the leaders here in the early going at Kansas. A guy who is hanging in there, though, the 91. That's Jeff Falk, Joe Falk's son, and one of Little Joe's Chevrolets, one of the former Winston Cup cars.
Yeah, right now he's running 8th, like we said, and Ed Barrier's running 7th. Ed Barrier really had some good expectations for today. He felt that, you know, being here at a new track, nobody had an advantage over him about not being able to test. You know, but Ryan Newman, I know, was here testing for a while, and it's kind of showing he's running up front. But I don't know. Frank Kimmel's definitely
something's happened to the 27 car. Smoke showing. Newman up into the wall. Ryan Newman may have cut down a tire. He goes high and into the 3rd turn wall. And the Alltel Ford was running 2nd, badly damaged. Newman will bring the car to the bottom and onto pit road.
Yeah, you can see going down the back straight of that car, you can see the rubber peeling off the right front tire. Let's see on a replay. Watch
there he is with Tim Steele closing in. Take a look here. Watch the smoke.
Okay, did you see that the right corner of the hood actually bounced up? That's when the tire started to come apart. You can see smoke now. Look at all the rubber pieces flying off. This is what everyone was concerned about. And this is every driver's nightmare, is blowing a tire, going into a corner, and not being able to steer the car and having hit the wall.
Newman puts a huge scuff on the new concrete here. Jason Jarrett and Steele getting by safely. So the 27 has to be pushed on pit road behind the wall. Heavy damage to the right front corner of that race car after the tire went down, sending Newman into the barrier. So we're under caution for the 3rd time here this afternoon. Frank Kimmel still out in front. Steele rides in 2nd spot. And the leaders will take advantage of the yellow flag to come back onto pit road. Take a look at their tire situation as we approach the midpoint of the race here today.
You look at the first 3 cars. no one's trying to give up an advantage, and they've been coming down pit road. You see Jason Jarrett actually kind of accelerate just a little to make sure that he was right on Tim Steele's bumper.
Now the key here may be a good pit stop for some of these cars that want to contend and challenge Frank Kimmel. Ryan Newman out of his Alltel Ford walks around to take a look at the damage on the right front corner of the machine. Steele's crew goes to work. They'll do right side tires and fuel once again just a few laps after they changed tires on the previous caution. Now they'll sling left side tires over the wall and go to work on the driver's side. You'd pretty much have to expect a 4-tire change here if you're going to take the time to come on a pit road.
Oh, no doubt about it. You're going to have to put on 4 tires. You know, unfortunately, everyone's going to have to do it if you want to run up front.
So Steele is down and away, as is Jarrett. We'll be back. Welcome back to Kansas Speedway here on Speed Vision, the ARCA RE Series, the BPU 200. As we take a look at the running order, we're just past halfway. John Metcalf will be the restart leader. In the RE Chevrolet, Jeff Falk will go 6th. Ed Barrier and Andy Belmont are next in line. Looking for a green this time by. Ryan Newman's Alltel Ford on the hook, heading back toward the back of the garage area to be loaded up. Don Radabaugh trying to catch up to Ryan Newman. Newman not happy with what's happened here today. Let's go to Don.
Any chance for a comment at all?
No, I'd rather not. Thank you.
A man of few words, not happy with the way things have gone here this afternoon.
That was his father, Greg, walking with him. What a nice family he's got.
They absolutely are. Safety car is in. Green flag is in the air. Coming through the trioval, the 05 of Metcalf, Tim Steele, Jason Jarrett, Mike Swaim. Look at this, Kimmel, who's led 3 separate times so far today. He is 5th on the restart. They were not very quick on pit road.
Now, one thing you got to realize right now, there's only 8 cars on the lead lap.
See if Metcalf can hold off this group of machines, but here's Kimmel already to 4th. He dispatched Mike Swaim with no problem.
You notice every restart, Frank doesn't start out front, and his crew must be taking their time doing his tire change, but it doesn't take him, 4 or 5 laps, and he'll be back up front again. And just I say that, he looks underneath Jason Jarrett, and he looks, he's going to try and pass both cars, him and Tim Steele, down the front straightaway.
Everybody's giving everyone else plenty of room through the trioval here. No one wants to run too close in this situation. Brand new racetrack. Don Radabaugh standing by with Kimmel's brother and crew chief.
Well, Bill Kimmel, the car's still a rocket. Assess your situation, specifically the tire situation, after the second round of stops.
Well, we cured the problem with the front, but that time we blistered our right rear, so I don't know. It just keeps going back and forth. We're not the only ones having problems. It just looks like this going to be able to manage these things the best, so we're trying to plan right now how we can have a good set of tires with about 10 laps to go. I'm not sure how to do it, but if we can do that, I think we'll be in good shape.
So the thoughts of Bill Kimmel as his team struggles with tires. Everyone here concerned about it, certainly. Frank Kimmel second right now to John Metcalf. They've got such a strong race car. Does Kimmel back out of it a little bit, Bill Venturini?
I would. I mean, right now he's showing that he's the dominant car right here. The only one that could run with him earlier today was Ryan Newman. He's out of the race. I'd back out of it. Try and maybe get 10 extra laps out of your tires. That could make the difference of winning or not.
The 67 of Jason Jarrett runs in 3rd spot at Barrier, and the target Saws 19 is 4th. As they battle up through turns 1 and 2, Barrier closing in on Jason Jarrett. Now, Jason Jarrett had a similar thing happen to him last time out at Kentucky Speedway. They had a tire go down and hit the wall pretty hard, so he's got to be thinking about that tire situation.
Oh, definitely. It's on the mind of every driver right now, because what do? You're here racing. You want to race the competition, and you want to race the racetrack, but now you throw a third element. You're racing the guy in front of you, you're racing the racetrack, and now you're racing tire conservation. Do I save my tires? Do I use them up? What do I do? Usually if you use up a tire, it's only because you'll go slower.
Yeah.
Now you can say, if I use up the tire, I can crash. I don't want that to happen.
Here's Kimmel now challenging Metcalf in the 05. Kimmel in the 46 going for the lead. Lap traffic to the inside. Metcalf gives Kimmel plenty of room, knows he doesn't have enough race car to challenge, and Kimmel squirts through down low to retake the point.
Okay, what was that? 8 laps after the restart?
Something like that.
Came from 8th, from 5th to 1st. In the situation Frank Kimmel's in right now, I'd just be backpedaling.
Kimmel probably thinking along those lines at this stage of the game as we get into the final third of competition here today at Kansas Speedway. Kimmel certainly the dominant force in the 46 machine, gunning for his 5th consecutive win in ARCA.
Yeah, that when we're at a racetrack like this is the type of racetrack that I wish we were here with my son Billy today, because he can be a conservative driver. Me, forget it. I didn't know how to drive conservative, but my son Billy, if he knows he's got to save the car, he can do a good job at it.
The 19 of Barrier, the 67 of Jared. Barrier getting by Jared for position now. So Ed Barrier starting to show that Target Saws machine might be a contender before we're done here today.
Yeah, I think right now Ed Barrier is driving a smart race.
Yeah.
Here's a guy that I think he knows he has a car that's capable of winning. He says, okay, I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to use it up. I'm going to stay in the lead lap, run in the top 5 or 6, just save my car, save my tires, and when there's 20 laps to go, then we'll see what happens. See, look at this. Now, here's Mike Swaim running 8th. He's got to pit under green. Oh, he's got a problem. They're going under the hood.
Problems for Swaim and the Dynatech Chevrolet. Hood goes up. Crew dives under to take a look. Other teams, meantime, preparing their next set of tires here at Kansas. We'll be back.